What is the most NSFW thing you've seen at a party? Myself. My buddy and 7 girls naked in a sauna by a lake. The lake water was warmer than the air, so steam rose off it into a moonless sky filled with stars. Pretty surreal. Guy kicked a cat hard enough to kill it. We were at my buddy's place, gearing up for a rager, when this dude shows up. Apparently he was a friend of a friend or something. I had never seen him before, but someone I knew rolled with him a few times, I guess. Anyways, the host's girlfriend had a couple cats. They were indoor-outdoor cats and super friendly. One of the cats decided it liked this dude and wouldn't leave him alone, constantly rubbing against his legs and stuff. The guy would kind of boot the cat out of the way. A few minutes later it'd be right back. A couple hours into the night, I guess he had enough and kicked it across the yard. Killed it on the spot. The girlfriend was standing right there when he did it. She just burst into tears. Everyone gets pissed off. Dude almost gets his ass kicked before running off. Party F-king ended right then and there. I've never seen a party grind to such a halt. We buried the cat, had one last quiet beer, and left. Whoa. FCK that guy. Didn't see it myself, but at a friend's party this straight guy agreed to get FK'd in the ass by a gay dude in front of everyone. The day after he played it off like it was no big deal. Totally owned up to it and wasn't openly bothered by it. Doubt he is straight. I was at this one party where a drunk guy got in a fight with one of those easy up tent top thingies. He beat the crap out of it for about 20 minutes, then kind of collapsed on top. Next thing I know his pants are unzipped and I think he may have been jerking off onto it. Or maybe he was F-king it? I didn't bother to go check. Best makeup sex I ever had. Maybe a little late, but a guy I used to know had an obsession with his testicles. He was always stealing people's phones at parties and taking pics of his sack to put as their screensaver. Also, God forbid anyone pass out or fall asleep because they will end up with this guy's balls on their face. Nude twin sisters licking whipped cream off each other's nipples. College party. The house was telling people that they were girls gone wild. Drunk chick puked in the jungle juice bowl and felt really sorry, so she chugged it straight from the bowl. My friend was talking to 2 black guys and wanted to know who had the bigger dick, so she blew them both in the kitchen. Cool. Hey, my Halloween plans are kind of iffy right now. Mind if I come to your party this year? I came in here thinking my story of a little person getting gangbanged at my freshman prom party was going to compete. Now I'm leaving to go to church and pray for y'all motherfuckers. No. Get back here and tell us that story. Naked Chinese guy did a backflip once in the mosh pit of a dance party. It was pretty intense. I like the twist at the front. A gay threesome on a deck in full view and only 10 meters or so from an L train. Edit. It was Chicago. It was about 10 years ago. Can't remember where for those of you looking to go to the same house next weekend. Somewhere between Wrigleyville and Uptown. Girls going down on each other, and when they were finished they ran out breathing on everyone so they can smell it and telling them it was their first time. Oh cute, oh cute, oh cute, oh cute. Well, in high school I went to a party and I'm told one of my friend's mom tried to shove an inflatable cow up my ass. Spent the night at a party last weekend and I wake up in the middle of the night in between 3 couples having sex all around me and not a single one questioning a thing. Some chick getting a train run on her at a Halloween party. Speaking of which, how's your sister doing? I was at a former friend's house at a party when I was about 14. A guy fell asleep and people started stuffing his ass full of food and baba wipes, and some dude was farting on that guy's face too. That was the time I figured out that falling asleep at parties is not something you want. Also, don't hang out with shitty people. Went to a friend's house in college for a party. Went to go to the bathroom and I walked in on a 18-year-old high school girl getting railed up the ass but his next door neighbor who was in his 40s. A coworker once stood on a swivelly chair. This girl was at a party I was at. I had filled my Svedka bottle with water. She took it and chugged. She pretended to get drunk and proceeded to shove a remote up her vagina in front of everyone. She'd only drank out of that bottle. Pretty sure you can taste the difference between vodka and water. But that may just be me. People began using the carpeted floor in the basement. By the end of the night there was piss and puke all over the floor. I haven't been back to that house, but I can only imagine the stain. I was in college. It started out as a relatively low-key party with sci-fi club members till a guy and a girl who weren't actually dating at that point went upstairs so she could try blowing him with pop rocks in her mouth, and one or two others went up to watch. All I really saw firsthand was her head bobbing through the doorway. My girlfriend and I left at that point. But I'm 80% certain it turned into a sloppy nerd orgy. Common nerd orgy. I thought it was pop rocks. Halloween party. I witnessed a girl dresses as a Nazi soldier hike her skirt up and begin riding her boyfriend dresses as a Jew. Sitting directly next to them is an older woman dressed as Glenda the Good Witch. Glenda passes the blunt, lets out a cough, laugh, and ever so happily exclaims, "Isn't my daughter crazy?" That same night I walked into a huge gangbang looking for the bathroom. Ace's Halloween parties are the best parties. When I was 18, I threw a keg party one weekend when my parents were out of town. A guy came to the party who I didn't know but who was a friend of a friend, so I was cool with it. Let's call him Jake. Jake got absolutely shit-faced. So shit-faced that he took off all of his clothes, threw up in my parents' hot tub, and then locked himself in the bathroom and passed out. After Jake passed out, he lost control of his bowel movements and shat himself. Naked, lying on the floor in the bathroom. We used a coat hanger to open the door and the smell was horrendous. Jake committed so many party fouls that my buddy decided to shave off one of his eyebrows. Since it was my party, I unfortunately had to clean up the mess in both the bathroom and hot tub. I saw Jake about 2 months later at the bar and he covered my tab all night. That's at least nice of him to cover the tab and try to own up to what he did. Not me, but a friend of mine and most of his high school friends saw a couple on a couch at a big high school party go from kissing to fondling to making out to foreplay to sex to an L to hushting on the couch afterwards. My friend showed me the girl's Facebook with the intro, "Yeah, that's the girl that took a crap on the couch at that party after getting FK'd in the ass in front of all of us." Well, to a house with a bunch of people with this chick I met on Tinder. Got uncomfortable because people were yelling at each other, so I snuck out to grab a battery for my SG and sat in my car. I got a call to come back in, so I did, and they seemed to be calming down. Suddenly they stopped yelling again and everyone started yelling, and one dude F-king stabbed the other in the stomach with a pen. Then everything just got super quiet and everyone immediately did ghetto surgery on him, which involved removing it. I got a text from my ex while I was going swimming that she'd seen me with her and warned me that she was super into spice or something and was known to be a druggie. So that gave some perspective. Warned me that she was super into spice or something. Did she have amazingly blue eyes, and did the sandworm crash the party? At a party in white trash part of town, this really skanky but kind of cute probable smack addict chick offering $20 to blow guys. Eventually she got so wasted she passed out in a chair with her mouth open and people started F-king with her. At first it was just the normal arsehole drawing stuff. Then someone took her shirt off. Then they started using her as an ashtray. Then a dude pissed on her. And eventually a few guys jerked off in her mouth. That really F-ked me up for a while. Undressing someone who's passed out, masturbating into her mouth. That's stuff you should call the police about. Dude. That's called rape. I want all these people to attend a single party. 2 girls scissoring with a double-ended DLDO. I once tore the bathroom sink out of the wall at my friend's party while having sex with my girlfriend propped up on it. I used to go to these naked bacchanalia type parties in rural Appalachia. So I've seen a lot of firelight playing softly across various dicks and vulvas. A girl using an unopened champagne bottle as a DLDO at a SI party. She was putting on a show for us and riding it when she managed to uncork it. Whoosh. The spray was nothing short of spectacular. And we got a bonus show when her boyfriend had to dig the cork out. I was in high school at a party and a girl a year older than me sat on the dining room table and FK'd herself with a beer bottle for the whole party to see. When she was finished she took a guy upstairs and had very loud sex with him and guys lined up outside the door for their turn. She ended up in PRN after high school. Edit. Forgot words. A drunk girl decided the corner pocket on my buddy's pool table was a great place to squat and take a piss. She was thrown out and passed out in the front yard where she stayed all night. This might get buried, but I've got a whopper. I was at a house party where my sister ended up living 2 years later. And we were having a lot of fun. There was a set of steps that went up to the second floor, located right by the front door where my friends and I were hanging out. All of a sudden we hear a shriek and turn to watch a girl fall down the steps in her heels. She rolls over at the bottom of the steps onto her back screaming like crazy. So we took a couple steps to investigate. She had completely snapped her leg right above the ankle. Not only was it hanging at a right angle from the rest of her lower leg, but the bone was sticking through the skin.